Okay, so are we still Italian for starts?
No. I'm just going to zoom in for a moment on our army.
Why are we Scottish? How and why are we Scottish?
I have no idea because we're not actually even Scottish.
What? No, what?
Hello, my name is MordredViking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream of Europa Universalis 4, where I am joined here by Midgeman. Hey, Midge.
Hey, Mordred, what happened to my Texas?
I mean, it's still there. It's just not us anymore.
Okay, so explain to me what I've missed in this.
In this, well, we had a change of management, which led to a change in objectives, and then a change in country. So we started out as Bologna, of course, all the way over here in Italy, back in the day when you were still helming the peacetime elements of the nation. We then managed to make it over to America, mostly on the East Coast. Eventually got down into Texas, formed Texas, started conquering Mexico, mostly for the gold, and then Bjorn started getting dreams of grandeur, wanting to return to the golden age where he was playing as Kuba Luba. And the best way of doing that would be to play as Kuba with the C in order to get over to Kuba Luba. So we are now the Cuban Kuba Luba Libre, with the objective eventually of getting Cuba over into Central Africa and then taking Kuba Luba. However, at the moment, we are embroiled in a massive war against Spain, which has been fun. You know, the Spain that also took Portugal in this game. The one that we were terrified at the start.
Yeah. Okay, so are we still Italian for starts?
No. I'm just going to zoom in for a moment on our army.
Why are we Scottish? How and why are we Scottish?
I have no idea because we're not actually even Scottish.
What? No, what?
So the way that we became Cuba is we took
We're not even
over...
Italian either.
No, we took over New Providence, took it as a vassal, and then had New Providence form Cuba, and then switched to playing as Cuba.
Okay, so we are 0% Scottish.
Yeah.
But we've got someone Scottish in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I'm up to date now.
You good? You good?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, apparently we're Portuguese, Norwegian, English, and Scottish. Our armies look Scottish. I am loving the fact that we just have the kilted pirates right now. It's a good look, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing can make a pirate more manly than a skirt, I think.
Absolutely.
War skirt, especially.
We are a pirate republic. We are fighting against Spain because we want to take the rest of Cuba and probably some more of the Caribbean islands because we are still frankly terrified of Texas. Texas is absolutely enormous. We're
Come back to Texas.
But they're a little bit miffed at us for raiding their coasts.
Okay.
But they had money and I wanted it.
What? We've kind of... I mean, Spain was always going to be a difficulty, but then by the fact that we are now not the stupidly powerful nation we made in ourselves is... Yeah, this is going to be a... It's going to be a rough one.
Yeah, we've been fighting a series of frankly astonishing naval engagements against the Spanish as their navies come in. And because we are just ridiculously good due to the chance to capture ships, which is currently 66%. Most of these ships are actually Spanish, which I've just
I can see by the galleons, yeah. I mean, that's what pirates did, so... Speaking of, is the 66% coming from our naval doctrine, or have you not picked that 33%? Because then...
We have the government reform.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm fairly sure that we have the doctrine too. Yes, we do.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, if not, there's a further 33% that you could get and have 99% chance to capture ships.
Oh yeah,
I
you
wonder
can do
what the
that.
highest percentage you can get.
My favorite
is.
nation down here, Misaraka, these guys, they have just the most outrageous piracy things.
Mm-hmm.
Chance to capture
What's our
ships
ideas
20%.
as Cuba as well?
Embargo efficiency, privateering efficiency, morale hit when losing ship down, national sailors, like Misaraka. If you ever want to play as a pirate, play as them. They're amazing. What are our Cuban ideas? Let's take a look. So we start out with stability cost modifier and advisors, then we get discipline, tax, mercenary maintenance, global trade, national manpower, trade steering, production efficiency, and the capstone is more tax.
So a lot of tax than more than anything. The rest of it's medium.
I've never seen a nation with national ideas where they have the same thing twice.
That's very true.
I guess the Cubans really like their taxing.
I would say that Fidel Castro agrees with you, but
I was kind of leading on to that, yes. We are the socialist paradise at this point. We're also hemorrhaging money, yes, I'd kind of forgotten about that one. So what are we actually trying to take from Spain? Certainly the rest of Cuba, because we want to finish off the island. Do we want to try and maybe take Brazil so we have that jumping off ground to get to Africa? No, I think we should probably stick with islands, right?
I think you should be centralizing first before you make that jump.
So I'm thinking probably try to take something like this. So we need another 20 points. That is going to magnificently tick off Scotland and the Caribbean, but I don't think I really care about that. Why would that annoy Scotland? We are Scotland.
They have St. Martin, sorry.
Yeah, that would do it. Right, so I think I was in the process of shipping troops over to go and take Jamaica. I'm going to wait until the end of the month so I can get my tick of repairs. Ah, yeah, so the big issue that we've had this war has been just a complete lack of sailors. What we've been doing is stealing Spanish ships, disbanding them in order to get the sailors back, and then using those sailors to repair our ships.
Right. Okay. That's a new one. Also, manufactories just fired.
It did, and we'll take a look in a moment where that is. And we also have the coldest period of the Little Ice Age. The price of grain, livestock, and wine and fish has decreased, but salt and fur has gone up. And I spy with my little eye a Spanish navy, which I think we should try and intercept. Foreign plots. Now, we have been re-electing Grand Captain Miguel Huerta because he has a discipline buff. He's only 49. He's already a 522. So, because we're at war, I would very much like to have the money. Stability. And we're a republic.
That's a fair amount to boot. That's a...
Religious unity plus 66%.
66%.
I mean, we are converting. It's just a bit of a slow process. Because I did flip the pirate nation to Protestant before we switched to playing as them.
Everything has changed, is basically what you're...
Yeah.
Oof, the negative 60 prestige as well is a little bit of a rough one.
I mean, the prestige we should be able to overcome if we catch and destroy these navies.
Do you have the buff for prestige from naval battles?
Yes, actually, we do.
Naval showman. Also, you can really stack that if you get a naval showman plus the flagship that gets the prestige. And is it one of the maritime ideas?
Yes, and we have just switched out administrative ideas, which the AI had taken for maritime. Let's see, Navy tradition, protecting trade. I don't think there's a prestige one here.
It might be a, what's it called?
Policy.
Yes.
Oh, yes, and we just chose quality because we wanted that 20% morale of navies.
Prestige from naval battles with divine ideas. Apparently.
Which we can't take because we're not theocratic.
No, we're not a theocratic government.
Okay, so the Knights could do that.
Yeah.
Is this still the same game that we started out as the Knights? No, this is not.
Can you imagine? That would be a wild switch.
That would have been pretty amazing.
The Knights to Bologna to Texas to...
New Providence to Cuba, yeah.
To eventually Kuba Luba.
Making gains. Where are you making gains? Have you landed? Oh, shoot.
Oh, sugar, they have.
Okay.
Go, 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 go. You don't have forts, do you?
No. That's grasslands. Would there be a river crossing?
Tiber Wolf. What? Why does your general have the name of like an anime protagonist?
Named after one of the subscribers.
Oh.
So Bjorn started naming true generals after people that were active in chat.
Ah.
We are not going to win that fight.
Yes, you are. Just about, I think.
Man, that's close.
It's a very close one. Both sides rolling very poorly.
Okay, so we just need to get some manpower back again. We can get our ships doing some protecting trade once more. We'll go for the Caribbean so we can steal all the money. And then we'll probably mothball the heavies. Leave them in the capital until we're actually at war again. And then the transports we'll still need to do transporty bits. And we need a new rival. So we're currently rivaled with Dutch West Indies and Caribus.
I think those are just both good options.
I would be inclined to agree with you.
It upsets me that you didn't do those in the same order that appeared on the enemy screen.
I realised that afterwards. So we got English Colombia, English Mexico, Dutch Colombia, or Scotland. Who should we rival? Scotland does actually have land over in Africa.
True.
I don't think I have any real interest in going after Colombia.
Pan over to the British Isles for a moment. Okay, Scotland does have land in the British Isles still. I was wondering if they have become a colonial nation.
Nope, they are still very much their own nation.
As they often do.
Somehow they're surviving, and Norway is having an absolute whale of a game at the moment.
Oh wow, yeah, they are.
They even own half Scotland.
Got a Commonwealth. That's a big Austria as well.
Yeah, there are some really
I
big
remember
nations.
that. I remember that.
But I think my favourite thing is the fact that Burgundy still exists in 1651.
And our Tuscany's alive as well.
Mm-hmm. Well, we weren't Tuscany, we were Bologna.
No, we were Bologna. Then we gave the land to Ferrara, and then I think Ferrara beat up the rest of Florence and formed Tuscany, or was it the other way around?
I think Tuscany's always been around.
Well, they start as Florence, don't they? Tuscany's
Yes.
a formable tag.
Yes, you're right. I see what you're saying, and yes.
I love that Silly still exists inside Austria as well.
Yep.
How silly.
How very, very silly indeed. So who are we going to rival? Dutch Columbia?
I mean, English Mexico as well is always a good idea. Like, I know that, but that brings on to the line of, Texas territory.
Texas.
But
I think I'd rather stay away from Texas if possible, because we're trying to go south is the thing.
Okay. Well then, yeah, let's go for Dutch Columbia. That's heading in the right direction for you guys to head to Kuba Luba.
Exactly. All right, I think that is all we can raid, except maybe Turks and Caicos.
I could go for some Caicos.
Caicos sounds good right about now. Unfortunately, there is no Caicos to take.
The Caicos is a lie.
That's an achievement right there.
Write that one down, Mordred. That you can have that one for the next EU4 update.
I'm going to get a piece of paper right now.
What would that be? Like, because it's okay, so it would be because you're doing an EU4's doing an Africa update next, right?
Yes, we are.
So as an African nation, or one of the African tags, own Caicos and have maybe like have a what. I don't know, what would it be? Own as an African nation, maybe reach Tech 32 and own and have Caicos as your capital, because it'd be technology based and yeah, I don't know.
Maybe you could mix it as like Turkish delight and cake.
Hmm.
All right, so that's the economy sorted. So we paid off all the loans from all the raids that we just did, and the money that we took from Spain. Oh no, we didn't take any money in the end. We are paying a lot for advisors. Those guys are kind of expensive. And then our fleet as well, because it's over force limit.
You're making money right now while you're not converting.
Or even when I'm converting, I think I would be, because conversions aren't that expensive. And also, half of our nation is not the right religion, and we also found that there was a bug to do with autonomy. So autonomy everywhere is really, really high, because we were reducing autonomy, but it was actually going up. So you look at there, 35 become... Oh no, it's working now. That's interesting. Because it used to just go straight up to 80. It'd be like 50, you press the button and go up to 80.
Maybe it's because they're Catholic.
Maybe?
Are those the Catholic provinces? But it was reading them as your cause, so it was trying to bring them lower. That would be my
Increased stability. I think I'm going to do my usual double down trick here. So we're going to get up to 2, because I don't want to deal with too many rebels right now. And take the free one up to 3.
nice, very nice.
Definitely one of my favorite things to do in this. And our master recruiter just died. Land force limits. Yeah, just to keep the military power ticking over.
What is your force limit? Can you chase these guys down, do you think? Sorry, can you build up and...
Well, actually, our force limit should have just gone up, so yes.
Yeah, you're quite a lot under.
Can't build anything over there, though. I think it's going to have to be infantry. Just because I can't really afford anything else.
I'm afraid so.
Whoa!
Ooh. Nice.
What is that?
It's the
The place they just took.
yeah, it's Dominica.
Nice. Okay,
yeah,
I'll
that's
definitely take that. Oh no.
Oh no.
That was 10 ducats. That was like half of our economy.
Oh no. That is quite bad.
Yeah, unfortunately, we would have to wait all the way until Grand Navy until we can get the 50% naval force limit. Because one thing that we had started to do before Spain declared war was building more dockyards so we could get more naval force limit. But unfortunately, we did not do enough. I think what I'm probably going to have to do is get rid of a bunch more of these ships. Transports. What's the newest? Merchantman, so we can get rid of the brigs. Go down to 7. That should save us a little. but nowhere near enough. And part of the problem is also just the fact that we're having to maintain so many heavy ships to even remain competitive.
Yeah.
And I do not want to get rid of those. And our bill is about to go up because we just recruited a bunch more soldiers.
Well, you could always mothball your soldiers once you beat back these rebels. Not mothball, yeah, put your army maintenance down.
True. Unfortunately, this does mean we can take a loan in a second.
Alas.
Not much I can do about that, though.
No. What is one loan in the grand economy of survival?
Indeed. We did just pay 3 of them off, so it's not all terrible. It's just mostly terrible.
Mostly terrible, the name of my podcast. There you go.
Alright, let's see if 16,000 can take on 17. Will we lose this to separatists as well? Oh, easy.
No leader.
That helps.
I love that we've got Scottish Celt wearing, but there's no Scotsman in sight.
It's pretty amusing. Maybe we need to go and attack Scotland just so we have our token Scotsman.
Well, if they've colonized in Africa...
Let's continue coring for now, before we state. Conversions are happening, that's useful. These are a lot cheaper now.
Yeah, you're just getting slowly more and more of them, though.
And the land's starting to core. Oh, in fact,
Army maintenance down and you'll be... Yeah. Because of those... All of those tax modifiers you've been getting.
See, taxes are a good thing. You should definitely.
Do you
pay
have
more
economic
taxes.
ideas? Do you have economic ideas? Because you could really stack that.
Oh wait,
You
yes,
do have economic ideas. So you guys have a 25% national tax modifier. Churches are going to be your friend.
Yes, they are. Once, especially, we get the autonomy down. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's the
we've been
economy,
facing is
autonomy more than anything. Yeah.
See if I can reduce it anywhere else.
Ah, your leader died. We need an election.
That's very annoying.
Wait, you can get Francois de Orleans?
I can. He is a 315. It's
Why does
because
it
we
just
started
give you
out
the
from
option?
Providence.
Ah. I mean, why not?
Absolutely. Yeah, if one of those pirate captains becomes available, you do generally want to nab them if you can.
Francois L'Olonais. So you've got a French... You've got a French captain of a Scottish culturally identifying Portuguese pirate Cuba that was spawned from Italian Texas.
Yes. I don't think there's any other answer I can give, but yes. Ascension of Francois Launay has been less well received by the Scottish people. They consider his man as foreign and strange. France likes him, though. And we get a half-price level 2 master recruiter. But there is no way we can afford that. How many are we expecting? 10,000. Let's bring in the full force.
I mean, it's kind of the... He's the perfect leader as well, because of his nickname. Considering what you've been doing. So, Francois L'Olonais, his nickname was the Flail of the Spanish.
Oh. Yep, that is pretty appropriate.
Yeah.
How are we doing for technology? We are way behind in tech. That's not good. especially.
Oh, where did the institution fire?
That is an excellent question. Cairo.
Ah,
Mameluke's got it. That's an interesting one.
yeah. That's a pretty powerful Mamluks, actually.
Well, they've
To
managed
be
to hold
alive
the
in
Ottomans.
1655, yeah. No,
I actually spent much time looking around the rest of the world. How's that
the
one?
Indian subcontinent looks good as well. That's prime for some big nations there.
Timurid's still alive. Oh yeah, Hormuz. Probably the biggest victor of this game, considering they start as this little island.
Don't they start with cores on a lot of the things around them? And quite a lot, often they can naturally grow through rebels and things and then spiral a bit there. Yemen also doing well.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, really interesting map this time. Utrecht! Look at the Utrecht!
Yeah, we were trying to get them as an ally, actually, but they wouldn't have it. They were too far away. Oh, and we're a heretic. We were trying to cozy up to the Dutch, but they didn't like it either. In fact, the Dutch like us even less.
Because of colonies.
Yeah. We also tried on the British, but just nobody wants it.
Funny enough, no one's really
Anapek,
good
Moiscas,
friends.
Tapo, Trotsil, and Zapotec, and I think the English were the most likely non-Native American nation. Yeah,
Yeah.
England.
28. I mean, if you stop raiding them for a while, you might get away with that.
I deny all knowledge of any raiding that's been happening against the English. Blame the Dutch. Hashtag.
So you are blaming yourself.
Shh. I'm Scottish. I'm as Scottish as our nation is.
Brilliant.
I think I'm going to wait until we have the Diplotech, because I want to stay as on target with Diplo as I can. Because we actually need boats, weirdly enough. And a bit more trade wouldn't hurt.
Is the admin tech a tax modifier, though?
Yeah, true, but we also need the admin to core, and we are already behind an admin. I mean, what we should probably do if we aren't already, and we are, is focus admin.
Yep. Hopefully you'll be able to re-elect your pirate captain for a while.
Yeah, he's only
Get him
44.
up.
Oh, and he comes with a morale. Nice. We're about to have some more separatists. I'm going to be very annoyed if they spawn in Jamaica. War against English Alaska. I think I would personally call that English Columbia myself.
I don't know about Alaska.
Mostly because British Columbia.
Mm-hmm.
Except it already exists. British Columbia's in the wrong place.
No.
Submergent. Alright, where did you spawn? Oh, up there. Color me surprised.
No, pirate diplomacy. You say please and thank you before looting. No. Pirate diplomacy is a parlay.
Before we loot you, yes.
Yeah.
And even that's not a rule, it's a guideline.
This is the problem when we play EU4 together, Mordred. We just end up as pirates. And it makes me want to go rewatch Pirates of the Caribbean again.
Yeah. It's a persistent problem, that one. Even more coring. Ah! Rebels successful. Kaluza.
New Norwegian separatists.
Oh, it's up there. Huh. Where'd they come from? They didn't spawn, did they?
I think it was at the same time as the ones you've just killed.
Well, that's just rude.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to get another church power, which is probably going to need to be missionary strength. So we can try and get our people to settle down a bit. No!
Oh, you might be okay if you get him.
Just run away. It's fine.
It's unfortunate, though.
Yeah, that was a bit painful.
Ooh, Texas has the Bahamas. I thought that was Britain. But no, that's Texas.
Yes, Bahamas is where we took New Providence. Then we gave New Providence Cuba and then took Bahamas. So we started with actual Cuba. So technically, this is where we're from. In fact, this is probably Scottish.
The list of confusion.
Yep.
Continues.
It just makes for a more interesting playthrough, that's all. So what do you think? What do we need most?
I think you need your conversions for the tax.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I mean, the other one that we could also do is unrest, if we're having a lot of unrest, although actually we've only got one left.
Which will also calm down the more you convert.
Yes. Yep, I would agree. Conversion.
Plus, the more conversions as well, the more church power you'll generate. So, yeah, it's just kind of go-to. Oh, wait, you get an extra 10% national tax from being Protestant. Holy moly, you are sitting on a 45% national tax modifier right now?
See if there's anything else that modifies that.
I think. If I've counted correctly.
National tax. 61, actually.
Oh, my lord.
Protestant, tax reform, national ambition, bureaucracy, formulaic scales, weights and measures, positive stability, of course, and then dissolution of the monasteries. It's only being reduced because we're the Buccaneers, and we can get rid of that. Although I wouldn't want to, because that's Republican tradition.
Hmm.
You do smugglers, trade efficiency and trade power, but you lose prestige. Oh, Buccaneers is also sailor recovery. And we have in fact recovered our sailors incredibly quickly. Interesting. So what we need is another war. And Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico. Nice. All of the centers of trade in the Caribbean starting to form up now.
We do control 36% of the trade in Caribbean at the moment. So maybe an investment into marketplaces. It's actually really close between tax and trade.
Hmm.
Norwegians are determined to take this land. No, it's mine. Mine, 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 mine. You're old school pirates. We're the future.
Our ships are longer.
Stable government. Lose admin or lose prestige. Well, we definitely don't want to lose the admin, so I'll take the prestige, I think.
Yeah.
Right, is there anyone else I'm going to have to fight? No? Alright, let's do some drilling so we can get some professionalism.
Considering a percentage of the trade node, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I really don't want to take that stability because that's an expensive one.
Yeah, I would go for the 13. Republican tradition because it still puts you at 75.
Yeah, and we can always, and this is something I constantly forget actually exists, spend military power to gain Republican tradition back.
Yeah.
In fact, we can get absolutism. We can get a remarkable amount of absolutism considering we're a republic.
Yeah. It's only negative 50 rather than negative 80.
I think 50 is fairly standard. It's the fact that the AI took consolidation of power and strengthen executive powers as government reforms.
Huh. Wow, you can repay your loan.
Yes, we can. It just goes down to the fact that the captain's word is law. All conversions. These conversions are going incredibly quickly, which is very, very good.
Considering your trade power in the node, can you get trade conflicts? Because that could be a good way to get some extra money.
Quite possibly.
And use your ships.
Should also probably build the marketplaces.
Mm-hmm. It'd also improve your prestige, because if you win some naval battles...
Yes. Texas, how's your navy these days?
That's what I was thinking.
Oh yeah, they're fighting against France. Unfortunately, just before we switched away from Texas, I built up a massive navy because I was about to fight Spain. And that navy is probably still kicking around.
27 heavy ships. I just saw them.
Yeah, against our 12.
Second in the world.
After Spain. This is why I built them up. So no, I don't think that Texas is a reasonable target. However, we could probably go for some of these guys. Maybe like Comas. Oh wait, it needs to be a... Justify trade conflict. We need to have 10... Oh, they need to have at least 20%. We need to have 10. So the only one that we could do that to is Spain.
Ah.
And we have a truce with Spain. Although I wouldn't be against...
It doesn't have to be this node. It doesn't have to be that node, remember?
True.
If you can get yourself 10 in a different node. Like, what's the Panama trade node like?
13. It's enough. Hello, English Columbia. They're already transferring trade power to England. Does that matter? Well, we can start doing spying on them. Who's this? Could also go against England, but I don't know that I necessarily want to do that, especially if we're trying to actually butter England up a bit. We can also do in the Amazonas.
Which means we could do one against Holland.
No, Holland was 11%.
Oh, it was 11%, sorry.
It's the 2 Spanish colonies down here. And we can always move the light ships around, so it's possible that we could boost to 6 to 10, for example. 4 to 10 I think would be a little bit too difficult. We have nothing up there. Yeah, I think it's mostly going to be...
somewhere in the south here. But I was just thinking, just passive economy, get your navy doing something while it's waiting for raid timers.
Yeah, I mean, the downside of that is I would need to unmothball the heavies, and those are the very expensive ships. Although we are now actually under our force limit. Interesting. That has
also
grown
true.
A lot.
It's because you've gained a whole another set of islanders' cores.
Yep.
And those centers of trade also give ship modifier, ship gap.
Yes, they do.
That's true.
Well, we don't need very much spy network to do this, so let's go ahead and unmothball you in preparation for the upcoming fun times. We could probably afford to spend some military power either on Republican tradition or development. or quality. We should probably do that.
Yes.
The trial. I think
You know,
I would like to regain some Republican tradition for a change.
Yeah, I would agree. And I would say too, lots of keep going down that quality education.
Yep. Army tradition's always good, better generals. And we've had some pretty good generals. I think that's part of the reason we've been doing so well in the battles on land.
Yeah, you've had a 2-star the entire time I've been here, at least.
I mean, it's the same one, it's Tiber Wolf.
Yeah.
Election, we can keep him.
Also, what's happened to his name since election? Fran Ace! The Ace.
Oh, it was always that.
Was it?
Yeah, the capital A is just because of symbols. It's always been capitalized. Because of the accent.
Well, no, it's changed completely. His first name's Francois. It was Francois originally, but...
Oh. I see what you mean. In that case,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird.
It's had 3 letters were rechanged to that A. Is it something weird like that is the key combination for that Swedish letter, and the game had a bit of a...
Okay, so because they're already transferring trade power to England, we can't justify...
You have to do it on England directly.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh.
Big also. Wow. I mean, all of these free centers of trade is coming in rather nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Where is Zoe?
Where is Zoe?
Yeah, that's what I was... Zoe?
Zoinks!
Zoe. Oh, it's that.
Oh, yes. Please. We're going to hold off on the Diplo. I mean, we are now generating 10 admin points per month, so hopefully we'll catch that one up pretty quickly.
Yes. I'm just sad I'm not going to see another war before we end here.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I know, it had to be done. But hey, you made some good conquest and you recovered the... Oh my gosh, Norway got the tip of Florida back. Sorry. Sorry to cut in there, but...
That's a really good thing, actually, because we can go after it. What else?
Maybe I am going to see a war just before we end here, because we've got 1 minute remaining.
Do it! Do it!
Do it! War was declared!
And that's time.
War was declared!
Do you want to do the outro? You can do the outro. Do the outro.
Well, okay. Well, thank you for watching, everybody, on this little bout of EU4, the Cuban Kuba Luba Libre run that spouted from my sweet, sweet spaghetti bolognese, spaghetti western run that I started with Mordred. Join them next week for the continuation of this, and well, thank you to the live content team, everyone over in the live content booth. Thank you very much for running the streams, and thank you to you, the lovely audience at home, for watching. I've been Midgeman, and I've been joined by MordredViking, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye, everyone.